some trick. When you hear what the other people say, when you are listening to what other people say, try and relate them what to you can friend. Do to make them listen to you. Communication is not difficult. You just have to make sure that person is looking at you, listening to you, reply back to you. Yes, then a communication happens. This is effective communication.
2022 JCI Medan Vice President of Individual Development to have an opening speech.
All right, so thank you, MC Cara, for opening the event, and thank you also to VPCD lead that dedicate his time to share knowledge about the effective communication today. And also welcome to every participant today. Welcome everyone to today's training. Well, as representative from the organizing chairperson, I hope that you guys will obtain knowledge as much as possible, and hope that this knowledge can be applicable to daily lives. Last but not least, I would like to congratulate PPCDD as she just proposed her girlfriend last night and soon will be her wife. All right, so that's all from me. Thank you, MC. Back to you.
Thank you. Congratulations. And thank you, VP Katani, for the speech. Last but not least, we will invite Nukil Novia Anjani, 2022 JCI Medan Local President, to have an opening speech.
Thank you, MC. Honorable GC Eng, 2023 GCI Bandar Klang Local President. Lim Delia Sarausa, 2023 GCI Sibu Sinulog Local President. Eng Jiayi, 2022 GCI Sofki Local President. Jian Yip, 2022 GCI Hong Kong JCT Local President. Bori Fonanda, 2022 Local President GCI West Sumatra. Theo Yijing, 2022 GCI Muar Local President. Si Jali, 2022 GCI Bandar Setia Alam Local President. I'm joyful to have all of you today's effective communication training. Let's take this event and as an opportunity to look at the subtleties of how communication affect in our life and our community. Thank you and enjoy the training.
Thank you, President Nukil, for the great speech. All of you must be impatient of waiting for today's training, right? So let's welcome 2022 JCI Bandar Setia Alam, CD Lee.
Thank you, MC Tiara. By the way, can I have the access to share my slides? I couldn't share my slides now. All right. Okay. Fine. Finally shared it now. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Siri and I'm from JCI Bandar Setia Alam. Before I start my training, allow me to introduce myself and also my assistant trainer. Okay. So I actually joined JCI in 2016. And 2017, I was a VP business and I completed my AIA training, which basic training that was only existed in the past and now has been replaced by JCI Discover and JCI Explore. 2018, I was the area membership development director, and 2019, I became the vice president international. 2020, I was executive vice president, and I completed all my trainings in the year 2020 as well. In 2001, I was a secretary general, and 2002, I was a vice president individual. As for my assistant trainer, he is JC Ng from JCI Bandar Klang. He's a HRDF certified trainer. He has a bachelor degree in Sunway University. He is also a professionally Professionally Behavioral Profiler SEN ACS Big 5 Certified, ACS Strength Finder Certified Coach, and as for his JCI career, he's joined JCI in 2019. He was the JCI Malaysia CYEA Media Director. 2020, he was the City Business, and then 2021, Vice President Business, and finally in year 2022, he's the president of JCI Bandar Klang. All right. So, can I have Kartini to help share the workbook into the chat box so that we all can start our class? Okay. So everyone, you can click on this link and we'll all arrive to a page. Okay, you will see this workbook. Let me open access first. Okay, you should be able to access this Google Sheet exercise already. What you do is that you come to the welcome and then you type your name and say something that you want to say to everyone through typing. So this is also a way for me to tick who is present in the class and who's not present in the class, so that when I close the training later, you'll be able to take the test. Otherwise, if your name is not here, I'm so sorry, you won't be able to take the test later. Okay, I'll just give everybody 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes, just fill up your name first. Okay, let's do a fast one. Kartini, JC, Ibrahim, do click the link and start filling up your name in the workbook. Okay, Kenny. Can. If I ever have a wedding dinner, I will definitely invite you. Okay, a few more of you. Come on, everyone. 1 more minute to go. This is a very short activity. Okay, Ida. So once you have access, you can start to put in there. Okay, for Mowat, CM Media, or I'm JJBA. If you cannot write anything on this link, what you can do is you type in a Zoom chat, I will copy paste and put into the Google Sheet for you. Okay, this is a special offer for you. I want everyone to be able to participate in here. Okay, 30 more seconds to go. Ibrahim is in the Zoom chat. Okay, 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, now coming on. Come to page 2, the memorable presentation. I want all of you to use the next 2 minutes to tell us what do you dislike most about a presentation, and which presentation do you remember the most, and why do you remember it the most? Tell us, share with us. this will be your activity in throughout the class. So I hope everyone can participate, because only by participating, only then you'll be able to learn what I have to offer to you in this class. Okay, follow your alphabetical number in the previous page, so that later on when I do the marking and confirming, I will know that who is active and who's not active. For those who are not active, will just appear in the first page only. So sorry, I know. I only approve those who at least be active in 3 pages. If let's say you cannot type, put your answer in the Zoom chat. I'll copy paste, just like how I did it for Ida. I have copy paste her answer and put into the name column. Okay, if you cannot put any answer, let me know. I will copy paste your answer into there. Okay, come on guys, let's see your answers. Come on. Let's do this together. One more minute to go.
Can you hear me?
Who is speaking?
JC here.
JC, yes.
Just for the second, side on the what do you call that? The second sheet, the memorial presentation. How do you know that who is citing the what do you call it? The answer of the fact here? Maybe you can ask them to put their name inside.
Oh, okay, okay. I got what you mean. Okay. Let me just increase this column. Just to make it easy for everyone. You may put your name as well in front of your answer, so that we know who is writing what. Thank you for telling about that, JC. Okay, I'm starting to see a few more answers. Okay, now let's start sharing. Can I have Kartini to share with us what do you dislike about a presentation?
All right, so what I dislike most about presentation is sometimes the speaker, when he or she presents something, I think it's like powerless, like there's no power in the voice, or most of the time they read everything from the slide. So
Okay.
it doesn't really attract people. Yeah.
I see, I see.
That's
Okay,
all for me.
thank you for sharing on that with us. All right, next, I want to have Ibrahim to share with us which presentation do you remember the most?
Yes, hi. I think there is two Ibrahim. Which one are you
Sorry,
referring to?
Ibrahim Isofo.
Yes, that's me.
All right.
What I dislike most about the presentations, like
No, actually, want to hear about which one do you remember the most?
oh, which one I remember the most? It's one the training is really interactive and also very good presentation slides. You know.
I see. So it means they must be very engaging, and also they must prepare a good presentation slide in advance. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing, Ibrahim. All right. Just one more person. Can I have Nukyu, President Nukyu, President Nukyu? Can you share to us as well? What is the thing that you dislike most about a presentation?
Thank you. I dislike most about the presentation when I have a training, because the presenter always just read the text on the slide, and then the slide no interactive, no picture, full of paragraph, so make us boring.
Yeah, I think most of us dislike that as well. Okay. All right. Once again, thank you everyone for sharing here. Now come back to our slides. Okay, so we have just done one small activity there. So for the other participants, okay, since we only have 2 hours today, I don't have much time on the activity, so I couldn't get everybody to share. So what I want is that, everybody, you can favorite this link, and then after that, maybe you can save this link in a WhatsApp or any way. After this, go back to this slide and refer to get some inspiration. What does people like and what does people dislike to better improve your presentation? Okay. All right, moving on. Okay, this is going to be a small activity here. What I want you to do is tell your name, your favorite hobby, or your leisure activity, and then your most memorable journey, and also what did the previous participant says. Okay, so can I have the first person? First person, can I choose Prince Samento?
Good evening, everyone. I am Prince Sarmiento. My favorite hobby would be singing. And my most memorable journey would be my journey so far with JCI. I started as a Deputy Local Skills Development Director, and I am now the local secretary of our local organization. So nice meeting you, everyone.
All right, thank you, Prince Samento. Okay, can I have Prince Samento to choose the next person? Guys,
Okay.
stay alert.
I'd like to choose Wan Young from JCI Bandar Klang. Thank you.
All right, Wan Yang, and the amazing
Hi.
member.
All right. So first of all, my name is Wan Yang, surname Lee, and my favorite hobby is be reading. So I usually read a lot of books, like average 5 books a month at least lah. So
Okay.
what's my most memorable journey? I can take an example during my JCI journey, which is year 2019. That was the year that I first joined JCI, and I get the OC role for my mid-year region. It's also my first time to host an event. So it's my most memorable journey because I got a lot of my supportive member. We help each other. That I feel like, oh, JCI Medan is like it's one of my, like, the family lah. So I got a family feels. Yeah. So what did the previous participants say? To be honest, I'm outside and I can't really hear very clearly. So yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, Wan Yang, choose the next person.
The next person, Kartini from Medan.
Right, VP Kartini.
All right, so hi everyone, I'm Kartini. My favorite hobby or leisure activity is listening to music almost 24/7. My most memorable journey is being a design trainer for my very first time in JCI Medan. And what did the previous participants say? Oh my God, it's too long. So Wanyang said that he gets the family in JCI Bandarkan. That's all what I got. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. Continue. Oh, choose the next person.
All right. So the next person, maybe EVP Nel Ediza from JCI Cebu Sinowak.
Hi, can you hear me? Sorry, I have a bad connection, but I'll try my best. So
Okay.
I'm Nel Ediza, EVP from JCI Cebu Sinulog. Favorite hobby or leisure activity, I think visiting different communities and trying to help that island or a displaced community in the Philippines. My most memorable journey is making JCI journey where we are able to help different communities in different islands in the Philippines. So as you know, there are about 7,200 islands in the Philippines. And as we go in this JCI journey, we try to help different islands. And we are actually being hit 24 times a year because of the location. So it makes the JCI journey more memorable. Okay, what did the previous participants say? Well, I understood that Kartini wants to listen to music, but I'm sorry I failed to catch on other details, maybe on the signal, but I try to listen more. Apologies.
Okay. All right. Thank you, EVP now. Okay, EVP now. Okay, choose the next person.
Yeah, I'm choosing President from BDR Klang.
BDR. President JC.
Please, thank you.
Hi. Thank you for this. It's actually Bandar I just put the EDR as short form because it's too long. All right. Hey, good evening everyone. My name is JC So my favorite hobby is traveling. So stop here. Hello. You okay?
President, your voice is very soft.
Serious? Hello. Can you hear? No.
Yeah. Yes, can hear, but it sounds like a bit far, and I think the mic reception is not so good.
How about now? Okay.
Yes, much better now.
Okay, because I just installed this new Komunikasi speaker. I think the mic is also need to hear. All right. I hope you can hear me. My favorite hobby is traveling. So my memory journey is Japan. So I really hope initially I hope that can go JCI aspect to go to Japan, but unfortunately it's just virtual. So during the journey, I feel that if let's say I'm able to get to know some of the locals there, because most of Japanese will speak Japan, but if I able to join the time, I still not very active in JCI. If I able to join JCI earlier, maybe I can get some friends there when I'm visiting there. So that's why I joined JCI. All right.
Okay. So, President JC, what about the previous participant? What did the previous participant say?
On my training, is it?
The previous participant that call your name, what did he say? What was his name? What was his favorite hobby? What was his most memorable journey?
Oh my God. I remember.
Okay. All right. So no worries. Okay, that's the end of the activity 1. Okay, activity 1. So thank you to all the participants who actually done this activity. Okay, it will be very useful for the session later. Okay. All right. So, guys, to all of you who are observing and also the ones who are participating, imagine this. How hard was it to create your own instruction while paying attention to the previous participant? And then how hard was it to remember the previous instruction while creating your own? Just imagine, like, for example, today you are meeting somebody in an event, okay? And so happened that the other person was the first to speak. After that, it's your turn to speak. So he actually tell his name, what he does, and what was his memorable thing. He shared all this information to you, and then you will try. After that, it's your turn to introduce yourself. You say your name, your hobby, and also what was the most memorable journey. And of course, we do not repeat what the other person said like a robot, but you know, sometimes we use this information to continue the conversation. We will be asking them, so how, you said you like to play sports. What sports do you play? You know, this is something that we can initiate or we can continue to do so only if we can remember what the previous person says. So I'm sure it was very difficult for some of you. I think most of you here couldn't repeat what the previous person said because you didn't know that you were going to be chosen to speak next. So what happened is you wouldn't pay attention. Okay, some of you, maybe you had a very bad line. Some of you weren't paying attention. So end up, you couldn't repeat what the previous person said. Okay, so if only you were listening, okay, you could have known what they said and also remember what they said. Maybe not all, but at least 50% or 70% of it. Okay, no worries, President JC, no worries. Okay, so great. So listening and understanding is as important as talking and being understood. Yes, I know everyone here, you want to introduce yourself to the other person. But hey guys, if let's say you are just focusing on yourself, you know, I know you are preparing your speeches, you are preparing what you want to say, and then you wouldn't pay attention to what the other person say. So end up, whatever the person said to you, you totally could not remember, couldn't listen. Hence, it's very important that you listen to people and then understand what they want to say. Okay, so actually this was my third training for this building a foundation, and I realized that every time everyone is always focused on just saying what they want to say, but end up, when I asked them to repeat, they couldn't repeat. I would say most of them couldn't repeat, but some extraordinary participants, they were able to repeat what the previous person said because they were trying to categorize the information. Like for example, they are trying to think, oh, this previous person actually very similar to my friend, this friend, and that friend. So what happened is that listening and understanding became easier because they were doing some relation work. Okay, so here's some trick. When you hear what the other people say, when you are listening to what other people say, try and relate them to your friend, your current friends, or your old friends, or your younger friends, or your long-time friends. Maybe it will be easier. Or the best is, okay, practice your introduction at home. When you go to functions, events, don't think about introducing yourself, or don't start thinking, oh, what should I introduce myself? You should have already prepared yourself. Oh, when I go to events, I will introduce my name, what I do, and also what I like to do. Okay, but you're supposed to go there and you start to listen to other people. What do they have to say to you? That's more important. Otherwise, you were just going there to spend time trying to ask people what they will say. And trust me, when people feel that you're not sincere in the conversation, you will end up losing interest from a potential friend. And this loss of interest will result in probably a lost friend. Maybe you won't get to make this new friend after all. Okay, moving on. So everyone, we have a purpose in communicating. Okay, so with the reason why we want to communicate is to understand how can we solve our problems, how can we get things done, and we want to make sure everything is happening in a smooth way, everything is done good. So we talk, we communicate. So we want to be heard and understood, correct? I'm sure all of you here, when you speak, you want people to listen to you. You want people to understand you. You know, when people doesn't understand you, what happens? You will raise your voice. Is that what you want? Do you want to raise your voice just because people does not understand you? Just because people didn't listen to you? No, you don't want to. But whose problem was it? Was it because of you? Or was it because the other party doesn't choose not to listen to you? I would say, don't blame the other party. Think, is it your problem first? Are you the one who failed to communicate, failed to make them want to listen to you, and failed to make them want to misunderstand you? If it's your problem, then today is the time you change. If it's not your problem, still don't blame them. Think what you can do to make them listen to you. You cannot change others, but you can always change yourself to become better. Okay. Next, we also need to listen and understand. Just like how you want others to listen to you, others want you to listen to them as well. Okay, imagine this. A person A is talking about food, and a person B is talking about movies. What happens? Ends up, the conversation will end in the next 5 seconds because person A wants to talk about food, person B wants to talk about movie. So there's no exchange of ideas going on because person A don't want to tolerate person B don't want to tolerate person A. So that's why a lot of conversation stops because one party is either insisting, I want to talk about this. The other party insists that, no, I don't talk about this. I want to do something else. Hence, it's very important that, see, something that you can do is that first try to listen to people and understand what they want before telling them what you want. Okay, so let's look into this. Communicating is not only talking. I want you all to write down, okay, take a pen, take a paper, write down what is the percentage that you spend in the following means of communication. Later, I hope everyone can share. What is your reading percentage, talking percentage, writing, and listening? I want you all to use back the same workbook. Okay, guys, I want you all use the same workbook again. Come to communication time. Use this to tell us how much time do you spend reading, how much time you spend on talking, how much time you spend on writing, and how much time you spend on listening. Tell us what is the percentage. Okay, I'm sure this will be interesting. So sorry, the person JC has to help me add the name. So as you write your answer, write your name beside so that nobody can alter your result as well. So at the same time, I need President JC to help me do a backup room. Get ready to split the members into few percent of a group. We're going to do a small activity later. Wow, I think I like what a person says. One of them says 100% reading. Okay, with 100% reading means that you're not doing any talking, writing, and listening. That's one amazing statistics as well. But hey guys, let's try to be realistic here. Okay, tell us your exact figure. Don't be afraid about doing the sharing, about telling others what you really spend time on. Okay. Share with us what is the number. We'll make sure on the 5th column, the number adds up to become 100, not to have more than 100. Because when you have more than 100, that means it's more than 100%, which is not realistic. So the total number should be 100. Come on, guys. I hope to see everyone's result. Because it's going to be fun and interesting to see how everyone spend their time in their life doing the reading, talking, writing, and listening. And I hope that after today's training, some of you will spend more time on other things, not to do too much of one thing at all, because only a balanced time spent will make us be able to express ourselves and also communicate with others on a healthy level. So let's give it for another 30 seconds. Those who have not filled up your answer, this is your time to do so. I still see a answer with more than 100. Okay, I see you are changing the number. It's good, it's good. Okay, 10 more seconds. JC, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Soon.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can hear you. Loud and clear, clearer than just now. Okay. Now, since JC is ready, guys, here's some good activity. I want you all to discuss what is the most ideal time spent on reading, talking, writing, and listening later in the group. And I want everyone to send a representative to share with us what you think about it. Okay. So JC, how many members? How many groups are there?
I will split it in 4 groups.
4 groups lah. Okay, so there should be 4 representatives coming out to share what is the most ideal numbers of time spent on reading, talking, writing, listening to be the best communicator. Okay, so you will have 5 minutes for this activity. So anytime. Wait, before that, any question? Any question from any of you? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so no people ask a question. I assume everyone knows what I'm talking about. So we shall now break your team. After 5 minutes, come into the room. Oh yes, Ibrahim. Okay, Ibrahim, what I want you to do is that once you're in a group, start discussing what is the ideal amount of time spent on reading, talking, writing, and listening. And after that, send a team member out to present to us. Why do you think so? Okay. Hope to see why. Okay. Ibrahim, do you get it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, great. Great to see that you got it. Okay, so let's break up into rooms in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's break out the room now.
Hold on.
Okay. So Huiling got 2
Fine.
login. All right, Huiling, I think JC is trying to help you put them into the same room.
All right, please click join in order to join the breakout room.
Oh, group 1 has a lot of people there.
Actually, no, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 people, because
5, okay.
I think one is the, what they call that, connect through handphone. Yeah.
Correct. So they got 5 there. Okay, never mind lah. Let's see.
Yeah. Just
Average got
join.
4 3 lah, but it's okay also. No worries. So I think everyone has already gone into the room. Okay, they're coming back to the main room now.
Recorded.
Okay, I think everyone is back into the main room now. Can I have a volunteer to start presenting on their group findings? Any group want to start first? Group 3. Okay, group 3. The floor is yours, group 3.
Hello, everyone. Fantastic evening or morning wherever you are in the globe. For group 3, it's composed of Kartini, Anuko, and me. And part of it is also CD who comes in the room. So we've decided in the world of JCI, as to percentage, it has to be talking and listening. And as to why, because I think JCI is all about helping communities and influencing, empowering people to do what's really is expected to do. And so it's more of listening to communities, to people, and at the same time talking and sending the message from the informed decision that you have. Yeah. So as to like we would want to believe that it's 40% equal for talking and listening, and then the balance will be equally divided between reading and writing. So
What's the
that's
number
just
going to
our,
be like?
yeah.
Sorry,
That's,
EP
it's-
now, maybe what you can
Yes.
do is that you can put the number into the Zoom chat so that we can compare all the 4 groups result later.
Okay, so it's thank you, Nuko. It's 40% listening, 40% also talking, and then 10% reading and writing equal from our group. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So waiting for group 3 to put their result into the Zoom chat. Who's the next team that wants to go next to present about your group findings?
Hey, we can go next, although I don't remember what our group number was, but if that is okay.
All right, Ida, I think your group was group number 2.
Yeah, let's make that. It sounds good. We actually went a little bit different side with this mission, talking about, or this assignment, talking about what are we doing for our work and what do we need, because the percentage is very depending on what you do, because we had the persons who had works that they for sure talked a way more. And then we have persons who have to listen a lot to be able to do the work well. So in this manner, we don't actually have the common percentages, but we kind of made this kind of cohesion that it depends about the situation, what you are doing. For example, if you are presenter at this training, of course, you speak a little bit differently than if you are just participating. So in this manner, I don't know if you accept to the kind of the result that we don't have the percentage of you, but the result is that it depends on the situation and what you need to be in there. But you need kind of all of those elements for it to work well.
Okay. Actually, what I was asking for is that what are the percentage of you think a person should have throughout their entire life, not just by situation basis, because in every yes, I'm sure you're talking about case to case basis, But what the training meet is talking about is what is the percentage for all these 4 items throughout throughout your life, okay? Maybe up to your life, okay? Depending on that. So never mind, you all can come up with another answer soon, hopefully before we finish our presentation, so we can have a small comparison later. All right, which group want to go next? Which group? I think I saw group 1, MC Tiara. Turn on camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you ready to go next? Okay.
So three of us had typed their responses in chat room. So for my teammates, they prefer talking and listening, around 60% to 80%, but I prefer reading and listening. For my parts are like 80%. And so I guess they prefer less waiting and reading. Yeah, so it's quite different
Okay.
style.
Did you all manage to come to a conclusion? What is the ideal percentage for all these 4 during the class, during the training activity just now?
You can make.
Right now?
I mean, yeah, did you all manage to come up with a great result for your group? Like for example, group number 3 managed to come up with an answer that they say according to what they believe it to be ideal for a person to have is 40% listening, 40% talking, 10% writing, and 10% reading. So probably what you can do is discuss with your team what is the ideal percentage, and then come up with an answer later. We'll see which group has the closest answer to the book answer later. Okay. So maybe take some time. You can text them. You can Zoom chat them. Ask what they think, or everyone can contribute an answer. Okay. Thank you very much, Group 1, MC Tiara. All right. Next, can I have the Group 4? Group 4, are you there?
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
So, the percentage of from these 4 parts: reading, speaking, writing, and listening, as the other group said, for sure, listening is the more important part. Like, you know, wise people listen more than talking, than everything. But you have to give importance to reading too, because you can get knowledge from reading. So when you talk later, you have to have a knowledge how to replay people, how to present your idea and your opinion. So we think the percentage as are 50% for listening, 30% for reading, 10% for speaking, and 10 for writing. Yeah, 10 for writing.
Okay. So Moat, I hope you can put it into the Zoom chat so you can compare the answers. Okay.
1 minute.
Yeah. All right. So thank you again, everyone, for sharing with us what your group has discussed, because at least you all can see, oh, actually what everyone actually has their own number. Okay. Everyone prefer talking, some prefer talking, some prefer listening, some just prefer listening, or some even prefer just reading to do. You know, don't come and bother me. I just want to read and read and read. I don't want to communicate. That's one way also, because I don't have to spend so much time thinking what to reply and everything. Okay, so coming back to our slide. Okay, so everybody, when you did your group work, did you compare your own number compared to the group result? I'm sure some of you did. Okay, some of you was unaware of this, but if you're conscious, you compare. Okay, good for you. Then you are showing slowly going to match it. Okay, so was your personal percentage similar to your participation in a teamwork discussion? So how many of you, what you have personally and what your team has is very, very similar? If your number very similar, please type 3 in the Zoom chat. If you think whatever they discuss and whatever you have is not very similar, please type 0. Wow. Okay, Kathleen says 0. Guys, let's see how many of you thinks that very similar and how many things that it's not very similar. Okay, in case you all don't understand, okay, if you think that whatever that you first done is similar to your group discussion, the result is similar to group discussion, plus 3. If you think that, oh, your own personal percentage is very, very different from your group work, please type 0. Wow. Okay, so for everyone type 0. Wow. None of you actually type 3. That's weird. That's okay. That's interesting. Not weird. That's very interesting. Maybe anyone who's going to type 3, don't be shy. Come on. Okay, so I guess everyone also has 0. Some too shy to tell us. Or 4. More actually, if it's very similar. Okay. All right. So what kind of challenges did the team face because of a conflict between talking and listening? Which team actually argued that, oh, there's supposed to be more talking and then there should be less listening? Or which team actually said, oh, it's supposed to be have more listening and less talking? If such a discussion happened in your group, please type your group number here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I only saw group 4 type 4, which shows that, oh, group 4 actually had an argument just now, which the team has a different opinion that, oh, some say talking is supposed to be more than listening. Some say listening is supposed to be more than talking, or reading, writing is supposed to be more than talking and listening. Okay, that's good. You guys are entitled to your opinion. There's no right or wrong. Moving on. Now, why are communication skills relevant to JCI members? Guys, as we discussed, we're having a discussion here. So hopefully everybody can actively type your answer in the Zoom chat. Because the more you think about it, the more you share your answer, the more you understand why some people might not listen to you, some people might not even hear you, some people might not even understand you. So it's great that we're going to share our answers here. So maybe some of you can type into the Zoom chat, why are communication skills relevant to JCI members? Okay, so just to let you all know, communication skills actually help to make everyone understand each other. So as JCI members, as a small group like us, okay, we need to be able to understand what the other person wants, what the other person is thinking, so that we can prevent conflict. We can share ideas. We can think of better ideas, compare ideas, and we can think of something better together. Only then, wow, the things that we do is totally amazing. Hence, very important, we must always have communication skills. Otherwise, if you cannot communicate, we cannot share with others what we think. What happens is that there's going to be misunderstanding, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be doubts or even how to say argument. Okay, hence it's better if we communicate, discuss instead of getting a negative results. Now, what are communication skills specifically relevant to the success of project planning? Anyone want to share? Try and share with us your answer, because I'm sure the others would want to hear too. What do you think? Okay, let me handpick then. Can I have VP Michelle Yao to share with us why are communication skills especially relevant to the success of project planning in your opinion?
Thank you, Jane. So what I think is because we need to have a good communication between the team members to have a same goal of the and same objective of the project when we do the planning. So everyone needs to speak and listen to others and come up a same objective together, so that which make the project will be in the same direction. And during implementing a project, we also need to have a good communication to make everything happen and on track. So this is my opinion on this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, VP Michelle Yao. That's one of the ways also to reach a goal together, to reach the same goal. Okay, but actually, according to the textbook answer, is also to find out what are the differences we have. Because only by communicating, we know what everybody wants. Because, you know, everyone here is born different. How can you expect everyone to think the same when we start doing something without even talking? You know, hence, you know, we had a session, communication session, we talk, we discuss, we find out what each other really wants instead of the surface answer. Hence, only by finding out the possible point of conflict, only then you can avoid conflict and reach the goal together. Okay. Next, but I'm also thankful for everyone who shared the answers in the group chat, because it shows that you are thinking, you have your opinion. Okay. What I'm sharing is just a textbook answer. This is just answer provided by the textbook. Of course, you can agree to disagree. Hence, everybody, you know, let's have open mind and learn something different. You might have a new finding after tonight. Next, so why are communication skills specifically relevant when working with the community? Anyone? For the community to grow and feel a community to all, we need skills to work together. Okay, that's good thinking there. Okay. What else? What else, guys? Feel free to share answer. Okay, now I guess I need to pinpoint somebody. Let's see. Because we have to recruit members and with the values that JCI has and make members happy, so we need a good communication. Okay, there's a good one of answers. So to reach to know their real needs. Okay, that's good. Can I have Joshua? Joshua, are you there? Joshua of JCI Medan Clan, are you there? Calling Joshua once. Okay.
Hi, yeah.
Hi, Joshua, come. Share with us, what are communication skills specifically relevant when working with the community?
Communication skills actually to deliver your informations and the things that you want to tell them very clear, because sometimes people might misunderstood the meaning if we can't really explain the things we want clearly. Yeah, so I think it's effective communication is very important. The skills there is very important, so we can keep the things we want to deliver short and simple, and people can understand through whatever we just share to them. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's good. Okay. Hence, it's important that find out what is the community needs, find out what they want, and then you propose to them before doing anything. And then you observe their reaction. Are they okay with your suggestion? Do they like what you're proposing? Do they agree with what you're proposing? Do they support what you're doing? If no, then I think you're gonna have a big conflict later at a later stage. If, however, they like it, they want it, they support you, then congratulations. You will work well together, and then you might have some new members later. And of course, communication skills is not about listening only, it's also about talking. You must be able to express what you want or what you're trying to do so that they can accept you. If they cannot accept, you cannot express what you want, you cannot present what you want, what happens is that end up nobody understand what you need, and you will be very frustrated when they couldn't produce what you want, or you couldn't cooperate on the right matter. Okay, next, moving on. So what is effective communication? Okay, this is going to be a main point of today, effective communication. By the way, guys, just to let you all know, if you have this is your first class in effective communication series, you will have level 2, 3, and 4 later. This is level 1. Hence, this is going to be a basics. You realize that a lot of this information I know them, I know how to answer very easy. I can definitely pass the test later. But mark my words, level 2 onwards, the next class, crafting message, is going to be very, very difficult to understand if you do not understand the basic of this class, the building of foundation. If you don't understand this class, you don't understand what is the class is about, you will have a tough time listening to the class later. Hence, I urge everyone to try and pay attention as much as you want to, as much as you can, okay, so that you will have a smooth sessions in 2, 3, and 4 later. Okay. All right. So, what is effective communication? Anyone want to share? Okay, guys, feel free to share. I want to see some answers in the Zoom chat. I want to see what you think before I give you the answer. No answers? Can I have Rika from JCI Hong Kong JTT to share? Rika, are you there? Calling Rika from JCI Hong Kong JTT. Okay, not there. Okay, according to Alexis, communication able to achieve its objective. Okay, you can put it one way also. Not wrong, but there's more to the answer later. What about, can I have Marcella Ho to share with us what is effective communication in your opinion? Calling Marcella. According to Tiara, is mutual understanding. Okay, exchanging ideas with clarity, according to Fatima. Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for sharing. All right, according to Nokio, understanding the message received and given verbally and writing, a way of communicating clearly and efficiently. Okay, thank you everyone. All right, effective communication is actually a two-way process. That means if there's input, there's output. There's output, there's input. Okay. Hence, it's actually involving exchange of ideas, exchange of what do you call that? exchange of listening and talking. Okay, which means you listen, you talk, and then after that you talk, people listen, then people talk, you listen. That's how two-way process go. Correct. That's one of the correct answers. So send the right message. Okay, includes sending the right messages. Okay, which means whenever you do something, you have to make sure when you say it out, it doesn't sound wrong to others. Okay. All right, here's a joke for everyone. Okay. So one day, James' uncle died. So James' mother was feeling sympathetic. So she sent LOL to James' uncle's family. She sent an LOL to James' uncle wife, which is the James auntie, James' cousin, which is the uncle's son and daughter. Okay, so she sent LOL to every single one. Then so happened when James' when James saw that her mother is sending LOL to the last cousin, so she asked. James was asking, "Hey mom, why do you send LOL to everyone? Do you know that LOL is a bad thing?" So the mother was like, "Why is it a bad thing? I thought it's a good thing. What does LOL means to you, James?" James said, "LOL means lots of laughter." Then James was very shocked, and so she asked her mother, "Mom, what do you think LOL is?" Her mother said, LOL means lots of love." So what happens is that everybody, has misinterpreted James' mother's messages. Everybody received LOL, and they think that, oh, James' mother was actually being sarcastic or teasing them or insulting them like that. Hence, you have to make sure that you send the right message. Don't send the wrong message, because if wrong message is sent, people will misunderstand you, and sometimes misunderstanding can cost you a lot. Especially those that you couldn't clarify, or those that you have no chance to clarify at all. Next, you also must receive the message. Okay, you must make sure that if someone is there to receive it. For example, I think she's cute. Then people will be asking me, who's cute? Then I continue saying, oh, that girl is cute. The other person will be thinking, who is cute? Who is cute? I don't even know who you're talking about. Who is cute? Tell us who is cute. So, and all I'm saying is that the girl. But the other person say, which girl? Because this thing happens, this kind of misunderstanding happened because I couldn't specify who to receive a message, and all I can just say that that girl in my own opinion only. Hence, you want to say something, you want to prove something, make sure if it saying, but nobody knows who am I talking about. Okay, and also next, the message must be understood. So you must check with the other person. Do they understand the message? Or check with other people. Do they get it or not? Or you must first understand the message first before you say something. Otherwise, if no understanding happening, whatever you say is meaningless. Okay, and also you must confirm the delivery. You must ensure that the other person got the message. You must ask. The experienced wife always ask the husband, did you receive my message? So this time, the husband will have to say yes or no. If the husband says, "Oh, I didn't receive a message," then the wife will definitely blame him and say, "Then you must be not paying attention." So what happens is that, oh, the husband is punished and maybe have to do more housework. Then let's say if the husband says, "Yes, I received a message," then this time the wife will definitely say, "So why you didn't do according to the message? Why you didn't respond to it?" You know, and then the husband will have no other method. We have to be punished as well, because he never digest the message and do accordingly. Hence, it's important that when you say a message out, when you converse with people, ask them, do you understand? Do you know what's happening? Do you know what I've just said? Okay, even though it is something extra, which you always people always assume, the other people definitely understand what I say, so I don't have to ask them. When you assume that, what happens in the end is that they might misunderstand you, and in the end, you don't get what you want. Okay, try from today onwards. If you haven't started doing so, try doing so, because you realize that, oh, the chances of miscommunication will go down, will decrease. So this is an effective communication model. There must always be a sender and a receiver. Okay, what a sender does is that the person will send message. For example, I'm a sender. JC is a receiver. So I tell JC, this Sunday we have a football match together with JCI Medan members. Okay, so JC will say, "Oh, okay.
We fly to Medan."
Yes, we fly to Medan. Okay, so he has confirmed that he received the message. So what happens if I, as a receiver, I told JC look at me and stunned, no response? I have to clarify. JC, did you receive my message? Then JC said, yes, I received. However, I was just thinking, how can we do so? Because I have something else to do this Sunday. Hence, I couldn't give you an answer yet. So this confirms the answer that JC actually has my message. So in your normal daily routine, when you want to send a message, make sure your receiver, first of all, make sure your receiver is looking at you, knowing that you're talking to him or her, and then you send a message. Then you must check with them. Hey, did you receive the message? By clarifying, do you know what I'm talking about? Or then if the person says, yes, I know what I'm talking about, then congratulations, your message is sent across. If let's say the person says, sorry, what were you talking about? It means your message failed to send out. Please kindly send again. Okay. As long as everyone can remember this, you will have no problem communicating. And if you can practice this model well, you will realize that, oh, actually communication is not difficult. You just have to make sure that person is looking at you, listening to you, reply back to you. Yes, then a communication happens. This is effective communication. All right, moving on. There are 3 C's of effective communication. The first C is to be clear. You know, when you want to have effective communication, you must make sure whatever you say is clear. Second, concise. Okay. In other words, concise means be as simple as possible. Say in a few words, don't say in a very long-winded manner. Inconsistent, okay, which means you build trust and then you can provide information that is needed for action to be taken. Okay, to elaborate, in order to be clear, you must always let people know who, what, why, when, and where. Imagine this, just now when I was communicating with JC, I just tell him, oh, this Sunday we have a competition with JCI Medan only. Okay, just this. Then JC will have a lot of questions. He'll ask me back, why are we having a competition with them? When and where? So to be a effective communicator, try to answer them before they have to ask you why. Because if they have to ask you why, then they will to stop your flow and end up whatever you have to say later, you might forget because you are trying to answer the person. Hence, plan your sentence, plan your information well to make sure you inform in 2 or 3 sentences who, what, why, when, and where without having the other person asking you. So one good way of doing this is that whatever you have to say, divide in opening, body, and summary. Okay, imagine if today you are communicating with your members, and what you do is that, you tell them one sentence by one sentence, and you tell them whenever they ask you. What will happen is the members who are listening to you will fed up, and they will lose interest in asking you because you couldn't give them the right information, not clear at all. Hence, try to practice this. What's the opening, body, and summary? Third, speak to the entire audience even when you're in a small group. For example, today you all have a dinner together, 2 tables. Or okay, let's make it simple. You have 1 table, 10 of you went to dinner together. When you're speaking, when you're discussing something in the dinner table, make sure you look at everyone. Even though there are people sitting next to you, left and right, take the moment to look at them as well, so that they know you're speaking to them. They know that you're not neglecting them. They know that you're focusing on them as well, so that they can respond to you. Okay, so always try to ask them also, especially the people furthest from you. Ask them, can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear? Okay, if they can hear you loud and clear, then congratulations, your voice is good. And if they cannot hear you, means your voice is too soft. And a lot of times when we use the wrong method of speaking, people cannot hear us because we are too soft. Hence, the best way to speak loud and clear is to use your diaphragm. You feel your stomach. If let's say when you're speaking, you feel that your stomach is moving up and down, that means you're using the right method. When you're speaking, you feel that only your throat feels very dry, tired, and sounds like it's going to lose voice, that means you probably speak using your throat and the voice is soft, and people from the far part away will not be able to hear you. Hence, it's very important that when you speak, take a deep breath, and then as you speak to people, you realize that your breath will slowly go lower and lower because you're using the diaphragm to speak it out and loud to them. Okay. Next, be concise as well. Okay. A lot of times when we speak for too long, what happens is that people will feel bored as well, no matter how we say. If you notice, a lot of times, in order for a joke to be funny, it must be short, direct, and straight to the point. If you're talking about something and then people don't laugh, then I guess you have been talking for too long, so people couldn't laugh, or people wouldn't even listening because they were too bored listening to you. Hence, make sure you make it short. You want to tell a joke, pick a short joke, because people's hearing attention span is very, very low. If you notice, if you talk too much and then they keep looking at you, eventually they will look left and right. Why? Because they're starting to feel bored, and then because you don't give them a chance to talk, so they're looking for something else to keep them interested. Hence, make sure, ask a few questions, stop. Ask a few questions, stop. Or maybe when you answer, they ask you a question, answer 2 to 3 questions, answer 2 to 3 in sentence, and then ask another person back, ask the same person back. Let the conversation flow. Don't talk in a way that, you have to express everything in just one thing. Okay? So, if let's say, if one day you realize people, they tend to shut away from you, there's a chance that you have been talking too long, or you are not talking straight to the point. Hence, you have to be very, very direct. Okay. Next. Avoid the use of fillers and jargons. Okay. Filler is something like additional slang that you have in your sentences. For example, since a few of you here is Malaysia, I'm sure you know what is la, or this kind is a filler in Malaysia. Let's see about Philippines. Any Philippine members here? Yeah, la is one of them. Law. Any Philippine member here? Philippine members, share with us your culture. What is considered a filler in your culture, in your language? Can I have Fatima to share? Fatima? Oh, yes, EP as well. Okay. Okay, EP says okay, okay, there's one filler as well. As for Maria, Ida Maria from Finland, Noni, and so on. Okay, so you see, you understand what the fillers are. And if we do have fillers in our sentences, what happens is that yes, you will succeed in prolonging your speech, but you might also lose people's attention. Hence, keep it straight and direct and speak professionally. Actually, when I was younger, around 7 years old to 15 years old, I love using fillers. I think that I blend in very well. But I also realized that when I start using fillers, they do not really take me seriously. They'll think that, oh, I'm just being casual. I'm just being not serious, like in a very relaxed mode. Hence, very important. Okay, the use fillers. As for jargons is professional words that certain people will understand only. Hence, when let's say when you're talking to a non-member, avoid using short form. Use a full sentence, because these people will not understand you if you use jargons. Okay, and when you explain something, try not to over-explain. You mention a bit, and then you throw the floor back to the other person. Make them ask you. Make them give you feedback. See if they want to know more. If they don't want to know more, stop there. Move on from the topic, because if you talk too much, they wouldn't listen anyway, and you're wasting your breath. Hence, let them ask you, and then only when they ask you, they want to know, then only you'll be heard. Okay, so let's do a short exercise here. How long will it take for you to understand this message? Okay, guys, try to shorten this. Guys, I need everyone of you try to type the shorter version of this in the Zoom chat. Okay, good. Try, Hui-Ling. What are you talking about? Anyone else? Okay, JC says, I think you don't get what I mean. Okay, that's one way or so. I didn't mean that, according to Maria. Ibrahim says, you didn't get me. Okay. So there are these fantastic suggestions from all our participants here. Because if things can be said in a short, simple manner like your, then in this world, there are less conflict or also less understanding already. People will tend to be happier, and life tend to be simpler, and everything is wonderful if everyone can just be short, direct, and straight to the point. Okay. Next, consistency. All right, thank you also, Murad. Thank you also, Omuni. All right, consistency. So build trust by keeping people informed. People only trust you if whatever you say is always consistent. Okay. And then if let's say you're not ready to tell the whole story, tell them there's a situation and you will be able to explain more to them later. Okay. Let them know that you are not hiding away. You are just getting information to be able to tell them the right information after filtering the wrong information. Let people know that you are sincere to solve this issue, or you are sincere to make sure everyone is informed. If let's say you couldn't inform them, people will think that, oh, you're just not taking me serious, so you don't have to tell me. That's why I think that maybe fine, if I got anything happens, I'll not tell you as well. So when this happens, there's no more trust. Okay, so after meeting, you can also send note, make it summary so that everybody knows, hey, what was discussed in the meeting and what has been decided. Only then, with everybody know what is discussed in the meeting, they can then believe, oh, okay, at least you are not trying to hide something from me. If let's say after meeting there's still nothing being briefed to those people who are absent, you realize that the next meeting, these people who were absent in the previous meeting will not attend the meeting again if they have the chance. Why? Because they don't feel comfortable. They don't know what happened, and you still don't update them. They think that you are just you're just not willing to be connecting. Okay. So before I pass this to our JC, okay, we shall take a short break. Let's take a 3-minute break, and then we'll come back, and then I will hand over to my assistant trainer, JC Ng. So I shall pass the time back to our MC first. MC Tiara, I shall pass the time back to you first.
Thank you. Thank you, VPCDD for conducting the training wonderfully. And we have a token of appreciation to you.
MC, not the end of training yet.
Oh,
we're going to take a short break first.
Short
okay.
break.
Once after 2 minutes, we'll come back, and then the President JC will take over for the second part of the session.
Great. So thank you. So let's have a 2-minute short break.
Yep.
Hello, CD.
Okay, welcome back, President JC. So let's wait for another 2 minutes.
Maybe you can let me share my screen.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay. So I'll stop share first.
Can I just clarify again? How many slides I need to complete?
Okay. I think it's from. Yeah.
Yeah, cover until.
Oh, I think you need to cover until 33.
33, is it?
Yeah, until 33.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I think I just lagged out. Trainer CD, is it this slide? Okay.
Oh no, the next one. Next one.
The next one.
Yeah. Okay, from here.
All right. How long do I have?
I think around 20 minutes.
Okay.
We are very rushed as well. Huh? Okay, I think everyone is back from break. Let's all continue our session so that hopefully we can end on time. If not, we might have a short delay. Okay, so the class might end 5 minutes later than the promised time, but hopefully everyone will stay with us. Okay, so I shall now pass the floor to my assistant trainer, President JC. President JC, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm JC. So to be frank, this is the first official training that I'm going to conduct, and also virtual. So hope you all bear with me. Before I start, maybe I just want to get some motivation from you guys. Can you type 888 in the chat box so I can see how many are there still paying attention? All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the motivation. Thank you. Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. Yeah, this why we Chinese like 888 is basically is also equivalent to what. All right. Okay. So so I'm gonna without further ado, let me start. I have only 20 minutes for 13 slides. I will be very thunder fast. Hope you all catch me. So now this is slides about the three-way communication. 3 ways. How many ways? 3 ways. 3 ways. 3 ways. Remember, first one is verbal. Verbal will talk about the choice and arrangement of words. So as just now CD master trainer CD mentioned, you need to be very short and sharp. And also it depends on the structure. If your words you choose it right, people will get it very immediate and fast. All right. Second is non-verbal. The message sent through body language are actually very important. For example, if I'm talking to you and I do like this, what do you feel? It's like I'm not patient. Can you speak faster? So So body language need to be very calm and very welcoming. So if you give kind of bad verbal language to people, people also don't like you, and then they tend to not focus and listen to you. All right. So these are non-verbal language. Normally, body language are very important. Okay. So you see, I always like to move my hands to keep myself calm. And then paraverbal. Paraverbal is talk about tone. Your tone cannot be very monotone like me. My sound is very monotone at some times, but I try to keep it up. I need to make myself my tone a bit high pitch a bit, low pitch sometimes, and focus on certain words that I want to focus. I will make it higher bit pitch so that you can remember. So this three-way communication talk about verbal, non-verbal, and paraverbal. Okay, hope you all catch it. All right. Next, about verbal communication. Verbal communication got two very important things. I feel that this is sometimes very important, especially this part of the communication. We thought that you learn language, you learn English, you can actually get your communication throughout to all your peers or your subordinate, and then they are happily listen to you. But no, so there are two types of what they call a bit very soft or soft skill basis of type of communication that you get people very comfortable. So if you use accusation, it's a creative, a defensive mindset that people don't like it. This is one of the example. I think you are wrong, because when you started with you are wrong, people will say, oh, why you are telling me I'm wrong? So people will tend to block it and do not want to listen. And respective words that create cooperation and respect are example like this. I understand your position and respect your point of view, but I don't mind, I give you some input. So this is very important, especially we are in this non-profit organization, and sometimes you tend to see there are things you want to give some feedback, but how to give some feedback and how to make the people listen to you is very important, the choice of word that you choose. So let us do some exercise. Okay, in this four sentence, can you read through, and also can you let me know which are the one, for example, number one is accuse or respect. You can type in the chat box one, accuse or respect. I thought this is OC responsible and OC should take care. I do not know why this happened. Do you think this is very accused? So if you think it's accused, you type accused in the chat box for number one. Okay. For number two, you should follow protocol. The protocol is a mess. Sometimes you tend to have the post-mortem meeting and you are given a chance to give some feedback, and the way of you using the sentence or words is very important. So number two is what? Accused too. Yeah, accused. Number three, good try, mate. However, I think there's some misalignment in the process. So why not you try this method? So number three, is it accused or respective? Number three, you can type in the chat box. Number three, is it accused or respective? All right. Number four, I think this is good. But if you ask me, I would suggest this to be changed or improved. All right. So number four, what is number four? Number four, is it accused or respective? Accused or respective? Type in the chat box. Type in the chat box. All right. Cool, cool. Very good. I think you all get this. Awesome. Next. So verbal communications focus on your voice, because your voice will show emotional state. I give you an example. Okay, maybe I get someone to try out. Maybe Kartini. Okay, Kartini.
Yes.
Can you speak? I don't like you in a very angry, emotional voice tone.
I don't like you.
Okay, You use the same tone or emotion to say, I like you.
I like you.
So you, so if you use this method to talk to your partners, then your partner will feel like, are you angry or are you actually very happy? So emotional is also very important. The choice of your tone, the choice of your emotion is very important, not just choice of the words. Okay. So dialect. I think dialect will actually, I know everyone got their own dialect and style, but nevertheless, you still have to choose the right words. Okay. Then what are the things in verbal communication is arrangement, the structure of words. The structure of words must be very clear. And the key points, you must make it very clear what is your key points, and the whole structure must towards the key points that you on the message that you want to deliver, right? And then use short and sharp, as just now Master CD says, short and sharp, not to be so long and add in so many grandmother story. People nowadays, the retention rate are very low. All right. So verbal communication, these four main important things: voice, dialect, arrangement, and length. Okay. So listening dilemma. Just now, I think you all have practiced the I think the percentage, right? The percentage, how many percentage on talking, how many percent on listening, how many percent reading, and so on. So why listening is very important? Okay, you can only speak a rate of 150 words per minute. No matter how fast, or maybe you rap very fast. I think it's only 150 minutes. Those that are clear and sharp. But you can actually hear 1,000 words per minute. So is it listening is important? If you think listening is important, type yes in the chat box. If you think listening is important, type yes in the chat box. Yeah. Okay. Why is it important? Why is it important? Okay, let's say you are having a board meeting. You have 10 BODs. How many time you have chance to talk? If everyone talk, the chance of you talking is maybe 1 or maybe 10%, right now. And you have 90% to listen for everyone. If everyone have the fair chance to talk, you have 90% of time to listen, 10% of time to talk. That's why listening is very important. Okay. So this gives us extra time. If we tend to focus on listen, actually gives us extra information for you to digest and actually re-deliver back whatever you needed. Okay. So I think this is an exercise. Can I get someone to come out and read? Maybe let me see. Can I get Ibrahim? CD May. Hope I don't pronounce your name wrongly. Ibrahim, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. You may read the whole sentence.
Listening skills. A local organization started with 25 members. During the first year, 2 members left and 3 more joined. The next year, 5 members had reached the JCI age and could no longer be members. During the same year, 7 other members moved to other cities and left the organization. During the next 2 years, 13 members joined while only 1 left. Because of great community projects during the next 3 years, 17 new members joined and only 1 left. The following year was not so good and 8 members left the local organization.
All right, thank you. Very clear and sharp. Okay, so next up, I would like to test you all, see whether you all listen properly or not. Okay, do you get the information? So, okay, next slide. So with the questions. Okay, let me test you all. How old is this local organization? Can anyone let me know? Type in the chat box. Make a wild guess. How old is this local organization? Not 8 years, not 8 years, not 7 years, not 7 years. 2 years. No, not 2 years. You're wrong. 35 years. Oh my God. President Ida Maria, 35 years. Okay. Ibrahim said 4 years. Even the reader say 4 years. 15 years. No. So actually, you see, everyone actually have decided to pay attention on different things. Okay, because the sentence, first of all, is too long. It's not structured. Of course, the information is right. The information maybe is a well-prepared speech, but wrong interpretation. The focus is not there. Basically, I just let you know, I think if I'm not mistaken, just now I made a calculation, it's around 12. So nobody are correct. Nobody are correct. Okay. So I think a lot of people focus on how many members, right? Yeah, because just now Ibrahim keep on mentioning about members. Okay. But let me test you. How many members are in the chapter? Can you make a wild guess? Maybe type in the chat box how many members? 34. 20, no, not 20. Any more want to test? Type 70. No. I think it's not mistaken, more than 30 plus. Okay, not 28 also. So you see, the whole paragraph or the whole sentence is too long. The focus area is not there. If I were to rephrase it or maybe read it, I will just mention this 12 years old local organization over the years have plus minus, and now they have only around 35 members. So it actually makes it very clear. So sweet, sharp, short, and fast, right? Okay. Instead of telling one by one so many years and too long. So I know the first of all, this is just a test, okay? Okay, next. Being a good listener, being a good listener, what you need to do, paraphrase. Because the whole sentence was too long, did any one of you all want to clarify with Ibrahim? Ibrahim, can you try to tell me what you're trying to, what are the key points? What are the key points? Actually, total how many members or how many years of this LO? Yeah. So paraphrase again. So ask the person that are reading or ask the person that are trying to deliver the message to you. So you paraphrase again and use your own words to ask. How many years again? How many years in this year? How many years? So then you can actually get the information. Paraphrase. Okay. Repeat the message. Repeat the message. Maybe repeat a message that what Ibrahim mentioned just now. So then you can get into your brain and remember. Third is clarify. Clarify any points that missing and information. Clarify any points and missing. So these are the key things for a good listener. And remember last one. Remember the important points. Maybe you can write down or just remember the key important points. 12 years LO and 35 members. Okay, that's your important point. Yeah. So then you can deliver the message to the next person with these two key points. All right. Okay, cool. So this is some information. More than half of the message is transmitted by non-verbal communication. So these are some of the research or details. And non-verbal messages are the primary way that we communicate emotion. So this is just a summary of just now what they mentioned again. Non-verbal messages are the primary way of we communicate emotion, because if your hand is like that, and you're asking questions, people thought you are cursing them. Okay, so your verbal, non-verbal message are very important. And non-verbal communication includes of facial expression, eye contact, posture, and gesture. Very important, always look at people's eye when you communicate and smile, okay? And have a good facial expression and smile, okay? Eye contact, posture, your posture, very important, gesture as well. Don't do like that, okay? So when you communicate with people, so have a very respectful gesture or body language. And this is the key point to make the message across, okay? So facial expression convey information. Facial express convey information. If you are, and you're maybe leading your board meeting, but your face is like that. So what happened to the whole atmosphere? Everyone will feel weird and not focus on the details, but focus on your face. All right. So facial expression and eye contact can light up the audience. These are the things. Okay. And eye contact used to receive feedback. Okay. Posture. So these are the things that is important for your test. I know some of you all come here for the test. Posture very important. It feels openness and rejection. Okay, for example, you say, okay, good, you are good. Maybe say, you can hug me, but you put a stop. Okay, or you can hug me, you put your hand up. So which one is open? Which one is rejection? So this is a posture very important. Okay, so it can actually reinforce and emphasize the person saying. So like for example, when I mentioned like there are how many C's just now? Mentioned by CD, 3 C's. Okay, 3 C's. Can you still remember concise? What else? 3 C's, but I still remember 3 C's. So you put your posture, put 3C, and then you remember there's total 3 C's. Okay. So can signal at the end of conversation, okay, time's up. Sometimes you can put your posture, time's up, or time's up. So this is to also to send a signal to the person it's time to end the conversation. All right. Gesture can have the same word function as a word, gesture, like this is not the gesture, and also help illustrate and clarify verbal message. Okay. Yeah, make it quick because time's running out. So gesture also emphasize key aspect. Okay. So paraverbal communication, it is not how we say, but it is how we say something, but not what we say. Okay, it's how we say. Very important how we say it, how we express our message, how we deliver the message across. This is the most important. It's not what we say, it's not what the content. The content may be right, but the way or the style of how you deliver, make people comfortable, that's the most important way of the best effective communication. Okay. Voice intonation, pace, pulse, emotion. Okay. It sum up to these 4 things. Voice intonation, that is, for example, if you say, it is how we say. Okay, so this is where you focus. And the pace, it must be not too lengthy, not too fast, not too slow. The pace is very important. And pulse at certain time. This is the key point. Okay, this is how you pulse and emotion. This is as overall about all the paraverbal communication. So always practice your voice of intonation. It's not easy for me as well. So I'm not a high pitch guy, but I need to practice on and off for my communication. So because it's important to create a positive impact in the city, we will create a positive impact in the city. We will create a positive impact in the city. We will create a positive impact in the city. We will create a positive impact in the city. So these are the things that you can actually practice your intonation. And last, we will create a positive impact in the city. Yeah, so these are the ways for you to focus on the key point. So people won't remember the whole phrase. People won't remember the whole sentence, but people will remember your key points or your keywords that you want to focus. And especially the intonation can help you focus on the keywords. All right. I hope you understand. Are you there with me? Are you there with me? Okay. If you are there,
Here we are.
please type. Yeah, type impact in the chat box. Type impact in the chat box. Okay. All right. Pause and emphasis. Pause and emphasis. So just now I mentioned pause and emphasis. I'm gonna skip this practice. Sorry, because we do not have enough time, but I believe that you are intelligent enough to know when to pause, when to emphasize. Okay. This one I will just skip through, don't mind. You can practice with this. You can download the slide and practice. For example, JCI is a membership-based non-profit organization. You can practice this at home, okay? Charisma is having an excellent communication and interpersonal skill. So always be confident, then you have the charisma. People tend to listen to you when you are very vibrant and very confident on your communication. All right. So you also show optimism, means show positive words. You always use positive words. You're very optimistic. People tend to like to listen to you. When more people like to listen to you, the more chance your message will convey successfully. All right. Okay. Be an emotional player. I don't know what that means, but I think not playing with emotional, but use the right emotion. Okay. Being interesting and interested. Interesting means you have to use joke, like just now CD mentioned, use the right joke at the right time, and also show interest in people conversation. Okay. Demonstrate intelligence, being assertive, active, and attention to details. Okay. Be very focused on the details. Maybe just how to focus on the details. If you miss it, what you need to do. This is a test. If you miss the detail, what you need to do. This is a very important test, guys. Ask. What else? What else? Ask using just now the few keywords of communication. I forget already. Come on. Kartini. If you miss the details, if you miss the details, just now got one slide is about how you get back. Paraphrase, right? Remember, paraphrase, repeat. Okay, if you miss the details, paraphrase it. Can I ask you, just now when you mentioned this is like this, okay? So very important, that will come up in your test. Okay, so emphasize what you want to remember. We remember what you hear. Okay, these are the things we remember best. What we hear last. Okay, ask to repeat. Correct. Ask to repeat. Yes. Thank you, Ibrahim. And we remember most what is present dramatically. So I have to be very drama a bit. Okay. So even though I'm not a drama person in life, so remember what we have a use for it. Remember the usage of the particular person, particular things. How you structure your words is you must tell them the value. For example, when you want to sell JCI to a potential member, you have to tell the value, so they will remember the value. Okay. So then this is which slide already? CD, did I miss? I overshoot the slide.
No, it's finish it, please finish it.
Okay. All right. We hope to solve in JCI. We hope to solve greatest challenge of our time. That's why communication very important, because we are working with people. So why is it relevant to JCI? Because communication is the key fundamental to make every project successful. And we can actually use it to identify communication community needs and to engage stakeholders. All right. So, and then we can develop a sustainable action, solution, and action. All right. Should we skip this? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, at last, communication is key to solving all the greatest challenge of all time. All right. Do you agree? If you are agree, type yes in the chat box. Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. So I pass back to our master trainer CD.
Okay, thank you to my assistant trainer for completing the second half of the class. So before I hand over officially to our MC, do you have any questions? If you have, feel free to unmute yourself to ask us, or you can also type in the Zoom chat if you're too shy to ask. Yeah, I'll give you 10 seconds. If I don't see any questions in the next 10 seconds, I shall pass the time back to our MC Tiara. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm glad to see there's no question, because no question means everything has been covered. Okay, or if you're still very shy to ask us questions, feel free to ask us in our Facebook chat box. Okay, I type my Facebook contact here. You can add me on Facebook. Just search steadily and you'll see my profile picture. So it's the same profile picture as you can see in the Zoom chat. So I shall now pass the time back to our MC Tiara.
Thank you very much, BBC TV and Press JCI for conducting the training very wonderfully. And before having a group photo, we have a token of appreciation for both trainer and assistant trainer.
Sorry, I just answer Ida. We will latest by Monday, but usually what I need to do is within the first 2 days should be closed lah, if not mistaken.
Good evening. Would like to request VP Kartini if we could spotlight trainer CD, including you.
Okay, sure.
Thank you very much, everyone.
So are you gonna take a photo, SG print?
Okay.
Like
On my count.
SG.
Okay. On my count, 1, 2, 3, smile. One more. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, I'll move to the next slide. We press JC. Okay, everybody smile. One more, smile. Oh. 1, 2, 3, smile. Perfect. Perhaps we could have a group photo.
Yeah, everyone, let's switch on the camera to show your lovely faces.
Okay, are we all ready? On my count. 1, 2, 3, smile. One more. 1, 2, 3, smile. How about something wacky or something funny? Any poses or something? Okay, on my count. 1, 2, 3, smile. One more. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone, for
everyone.
joining today's training session today.
Yes. Thank you, MC. Lovely,
Thank you.
lovely voice.
Will there be a postmortem?
Thank you, everyone.